Okay, let's see everybody that's not IMA team.
Recipes teach you techniques to save you time every
Why
night of
should
the
you
week.
be worried
Visit
about
blueapron.com
Facebook's metaverse?
VA14 and get
Because
up
it'll
to
kill you.
14 meals free.
It can kill. And put you in the metaverse and he will just kill
In
you.
October 2021,
And you can't do
CEO
that.
Mark
What do you mean you can't do
Zuckerberg
that? You can't have the
announced
buttons
his
to do
change of
this
Facebook's name
to
Meta
actually do
and
this out
expanded
here.
its
You die.
borders into the metaverse.
What is the metaverse?
Metaverse. In the metaverse.
The metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet.
The company promises a new
Zuckerberg behind me
reality,
right now, ain't he?
full of avatars and futuristic
Busy for
worlds.
Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse. I want to share what we imagine as
I
possible.
love it. I'm down. I love it. I mean,
It
you got the
counts as
click
other
the button and
billionaires
put the
are
ZBrush in my
venturing
hand,
into
I'll
new
beat the devil
realms.
out of it. If I can go
Jeff
down to that
Bezos
mill,
and
we'll
Elon
get
Musk
Mike
have
Rowe
poured
in this,
billions
Union
into
Boss
space
doing the
projects.
dance, nuking San Francisco Bridge
Amazon
fog that
employee
morning. He's
and
lighting
every
up.
Amazon customer, because you guys paid for all this.
But as these businessmen expand their territories, there are growing concerns about how their technologies are impacting the world.
It's like Amazon. What do you tell me? You ain't got the same goddamn algorithm on your Time Warp Broadcast Butcher crew?
On January 6th,
16-year-old girl
the
being
group of
pregnant
Trump
what she
supporters
needs.
violently stormed the U.S. Capitol building.
I was at risk of being stripped of and
Yeah,
killed
definitely
with
Elon doesn't want
my
any of
own
those people on
firearm,
the Mars base.
as I heard
This is why he
chants
ain't
of
put.
kill him with his own gun.
But all the rest of you
Documents
dump it
leaked
on
by
Exxon
whistleblower
after.
Francis Haugen shone a new light on how Facebook
By all
did little
means.
to stop the attack.
Like they basically said, oh good, we made it through the election. There wasn't riots. We can get rid of civic
Can
integrity
we meddle
now.
that? What happens with
Fast
Duncan in
forward
the
a couple
river?
months, we
And
got the insurrection.
And revealed how the company knew it was spreading hate and misinformation on a global scale.
I was like, give me the Googles and the stone mill. That way I don't even have to worry about 3D engine it. Just let it run the wild. Close enough. Click, Zelda. Hop
To
into
fueling a genocide
Get
in
my safety
Myanmar.
goggle on. And then program it to this thing. Just have it come off in here and do the DND roll for stamina with the crow. Alright, Larry, you're up on the XL in here. Hook this shit up. Have them run the Electron thing from the overhead Ingling's Oilers numbers from Beta U, Beta V, Infusion, Fission, CERN, Eater, Ben Eater.
Well, I beg to
Sorry.
differ with you, Ms. Davis. This research is a bombshell.
And as the world
Whatever.
follows Mark Zuckerberg
You can
into
do it
the
all.
metaverse,
Ace Combat 7 HUD, man,
Can we trust
with
it?
what that thing is right there. And why? Why would you say that that may be a dangerous thing for certain people up top? I wonder.
Facebook's
300 IQ
rebranding
skid steer
may be a
test.
cynical attempt to shift focus from its numerous failures.
And this is the test.
It
He'd be
sounds like we
compromised
made
to
a
it. Well,
mistake there.
we
I
use
apologize for that.
Meta,
In
the
retrospect, it
Google.
was a mistake. We have made a lot of mistakes in running the company. It was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
But the metaverse, at least on the surface, promises a new era.
Today, we're seen as a social media company. But in our DNA, we are a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier.
So this was an inevitable sort of next step in the evolution of social media, allowing the virtual physical presence of the people that you're connected to from around the world to you.
Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Mark. What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
What Mark Zuckerberg is doing is he's trying to advance his pocketbook. Zuckerberg was the future once. Now it's VR, and he's trying to get into it.
Even selfish shouldn't have been
data
too hard
makes
from
good
the hello
business
world,
sense.
I'd imagine.
Facebook has a
Just
very clear
the
business
the
model
gear hard
that's
line
driven
and
by the need to
the
gather
Wi-Fi
as much
bits and
data
contracts
about
really
their
to slow down.
consumers or users as possible.
But there are fears that the new data we create in the metaverse could lead to a
course
privacy
they would.
nightmare.
Facebook has made a big deal about the fact that it's not going to be doing facial
Jedi,
recognition
you can't
on
make decisions
photos
at the
that you
council.
upload to Facebook anymore. But it hasn't said it's not going to do facial recognitions in the metaverse.
How
And so the
fuck
point
you
is
gonna
they're
do?
building an AI-driven engine that will be manipulating even more effectively.
Well, he did try to
behavior
put
in
up
the
the Mars
metaverse
base.
than
He had
it's
Tony
been able to
contract that
manipulate
he didn't have the
in
base
real
for his own
space.
rocket ship. But I don't know.
Although
Maybe
generating more
so. You gotta look
data
at
is not
you gotta look
necessarily
at
harmful.
Blue Horizon
It
over
could give
there. You know,
companies
maybe
like
he had his
Facebook
own
an
base with contract
unprecedented
time on
amount of
NASA,
control.
not just
Mark Zuckerberg holds
Elon,
as
Facebook.
much or more power over the connection and communications that people have than anyone ever has before.
So long as that business model doesn't change, Meta is a much more terrifying version of what Facebook is in the real world right now.
You call it Facebook.
Just weeks before
What's wrong
Facebook's
with Facebook?
rebranding,
You seen
former
this thing?
employee
It's
Francis
amazing. You
Haugen
kidding me?
released thousands
Look
of
at this.
internal documents.
Well, good for me. I'm a single 31-year-old guy or 34-year-old guy. I mean,
I believe Facebook's products harm children,
what's wrong with
stoke
this?
division, and
They let
weaken
me
our
type it out.
democracy.
They let me get fucking
The
buck
leak
wild.
suggests Facebook knew how damaging its products could be and ignored employees who had concerns.
It is proven that every time
Look at
they
this. You're
denied
telling
them
me?
these things
I mean,
before,
come on.
they were not just unfair in their denials and attacks on independent researchers, but they knew that those people were right. And that takes it from, just being defensive to being deceptive.
According to Facebook's own research reported by the Wall Street Journal, their platforms make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls.
None of it came as a massive
What would you like to
surprise.
say to me?
Instagram harms kids. I remember telling a 13-year-old about it. And she was like, yeah, everyone knows that.
Facebook may be having its big tobacco moment. In the 90s, CEOs of big tobacco firms
And that's the shit we're
stood
gonna
up in
talk
Congress
about in
and
Meta?
attempted to play down the
Outstanding.
dangers of cigarettes.
Outstanding.
Yes or no? Do you believe nicotine is not addictive?
I believe nicotine is not addictive, yes.
Imagine a world in which cigarettes gave people cancer, but only the
I bet you
tobacco
they get hungry
companies
now,
knew
Billy.
that. Only the tobacco
I gotta go
companies
eat.
had
I'm
any chance
feeling
of
dizzy
finding
at
out.
42.
In that world, I think it would be extremely important for someone within the companies to come forward and tell the world what they know.
These companies have played a very, very clever game
Ready Player One.
in trying to protect their reputations.
I wanna be the
despite
gorilla
the
this
amount of
time.
harm they produce. And that's why now Facebook and Google spend more than Philip Morris and Exxon on lobbying in the US.
I'm clicking on backwards.
These
Port me
deceptions
keyboard. Yeah,
can have
right.
dangerous consequences. In January, Trump supporters stormed the US Capitol building.
My goal
How
of
come
developing a
Facebook didn't do
recipe
that? How come I
bread
wasn't
is
raiding
to
the Senate?
deliver the most amount of
Fucking
flavor
horseshit.
in
I
the
guess my
least amount of time.
Facebook's not working the
Flavor
same way yours is
recipes teach
fucking
you
working.
techniques
That's
to
horseshit.
save
I'm gonna
you
call
time
somebody.
every night.